Got it.
Call to order the Delaware County Commissioners meeting Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023, and it's now 9:02. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the new year. And we have Mr. Brooks here to lead us in our reorganization.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
You want to have the roll called?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Roll call, please. Oh, we have a new auditor here, too, Mr. Carroll. Thank you.
James King. Here. Jenny Henry.
Here.
Jerry Riggin.
Present.
Okay.
Thank you.
First order of business would be the reorganization. This is for the position of President of the Board of Commissioners. Do I have any nominations?
I nominate Shannon Henry for president.
Second.
Any other nominations? Is there a motion to close the nominations?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Would you call the roll, please, Mr. Carroll?
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Riggin.
Yes.
All in favor of Mr. Henry being President of the Board of Commissioners? Would you call the roll, please, Mr. Carroll?
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Riggin.
Yes. Thank you.
I'll turn the meeting over to Mr. Henry now.
Yes, we'll stand and change chairs.
All righty.
I get to sit
Thank you,
next to-
Sherry, for your leadership
Oh,
last
it
year.
was fun.
Appreciate it.
It's a hard job, but someone has to do it, and you'll do well.
All right, we'll open nominations for vice president.
I'll nominate Mr. King.
I'll second that. Any other nominations? We have a motion to close nominations.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ed, could you call the roll, please?
Ms. Riggin.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes. And we'll go ahead and vote on Commissioner King's appointment to vice president. Do I have a motion? So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Riggin.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Very well. Yes, thank you. All right, next we'll go to the commissioners' appointments. Everybody is, John's been working on these for quite a while.
Yes, we appreciate all his work on this.
Yeah, I know it's been difficult.
Let me, Denise, could I see that Larry? No, I was trying to get my electronic one. I'm not having. All right, these are the annual appointments that exist.
You got one.
The 911 Director is Fred Cummings, County Attorney John Brook, EMA Director John Catino, EMS Director Mike Ashley, Highway Supervisor Tommy Humbert, Assistant Engineering Project Administrator Angela Moyer, HR Director Pam McCammon, Veterans Affairs Officer Brian Wilson, Inspector Weights and Measures Eric Stotch. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hope I didn't screw it up. So. Strout. Okay, sorry. I knew I would do that. Maintenance Superintendent Steve Foster, Economic Development Director Brad Bookout, County Information Officer Kyle Johnson. Mr. Wilson and Mr. Stalk are the two new appointments. Now, the other annual appointments, the Alcohol Tobacco Commission is Tom Simpson. County Drainage Board is Shannon Henry, Jamie Swoboda, John Landers, Bill Whitehead, Richard McIntyre, and Brandon Murphy is the attorney. The Redevelopment Commission for the Commissioner's appointment are James King, Bryce Conyers, and Angie Moyer. I believe the school board member is still going to be John Adams. Delaware Advancement Corporation will be Commissioner Riggin. Community Revitalization Economic Enhancement District, the Creed District, Dan Allen, James King, Angie Moyer, Dave Williams, Doug White. Emergency Communications Board will be Shannon Henry. Property Tax Board of Appeal, the Peterboa, Sharon Black and Robert Adams. Other boards and commissions, Animal Care and Services, James Turner. Board of Health, Vicki Mitchell, Dr. Jennifer Wilson, and Joe Russell. Community Corrections Advisory Board will be Kelly Bryan, Doris Granados, Jeff Hansard, Jody Cole, Judge Amanda Dunnick, Judge Judy Calhoun, Carol Ammon. Convention and Tourism Board, we have one vacancy, and Jared Walls and Nick Papandrea. I probably mispronounced his name too, and I apologize.
It was close.
It was close. Civic Center Authority Board, we have two vacancies. East Central Indiana Planning Council, James King and Marta Moody. Fair Board, Brandy Webb, Tambra Reeder, Tom Eisen, Bob Brown, Tom Rector, Joey Kalin, Fred Cummings, Chris Matchett. Liberty Regional Wastewater District, Marla Cook, Steve Graves. Metropolitan Plan Commission, Jesse Landis, Shannon Henry is the elected official. ICAP is Commissioner Riggin. Regional Development Authority, RDA, Danielle Struble. Delaware County Regional Wastewater District, Josh Talby, he's a new appointment. And the Information Technology Board is Sherry Riggin.
Thank you, John. I move we adopt as presented.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the appointments and a second. Ed, could you call the roll, please?
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Thank you. Now we have a table of business, professional services agreement with Catalyst Public Affairs Group. What's the pleasure?
I'd like to remove it from the table.
Yes, I'll second that.
So we have a motion to remove it and a second. Ed, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
All right, John, you want to talk about this real
Yes.
quick, please?
Catalyst Public Affairs Group will work with Delaware County on the upcoming mental health initiative that the state of Indiana is putting forward in the legislature. Commissioner Reagan and I attended along with several others, attended a summit back in December where the state of Indiana, the governor was there, the lieutenant governor, lots of others, an initiative with regard to a re-emphasis on mental health and mental health options, changing the way mental health is conducted in Indiana. One of those concepts was a regional mental health system and service, and so with Delaware County working on this mental health facility out at the rehabilitation center, we thought it was a perfect opportunity to see what kind of money Delaware County can get and how we can work through the process and capture some of the funds that are going to be available to assist Delaware County in operating that facility as a regional facility. So Catalyst Public Affairs Group will help guide us through the morass that's called the legislative process.
This contract is for $50,000. All the commissioners have spoke with this company. I believe it's going to be money well spent. We can take advantage of
I make a motion to approve.
some of that mental health money out there. We have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Ed, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. We have the approval of minutes, December 19th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to approve in a second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
And Mr. Henry.
Yes. Next on the agenda is resolutions for approval. Resolution number 2023-001, a resolution approving the designation of Delaware County as a vote center county. Mr. Spangler?
Good morning, Commissioners. Rick Spangler, Delaware County Clerk. Before you, you have the resolution to approve Delaware County as a vote-centered county. This is just one step closer to this process, with you guys agreeing to allow the election board to approve the agreement or the contract, and then setting down the voting sites for the vote center sites, which of course you will get a copy of too, because you always have to look at that. But this will give us the authority to go on with this. We're running up against the deadline. If we don't have this thing completely done by March 6th, it'll be back off the table again for another year or maybe two. So I'm asking for your approval of this morning.
Rick, I appreciate all the work that you and the committee have done getting this to this place, and it's such a no-brainer, so we hope that the parties that we're waiting on for their official blessing will come forth real fast.
You know, a lot of people have worked real hard on this, and Sherry, you were a part of this truly bipartisan committee.
Yes,
I mean,
it
this
was.
is not
It was great.
my deal. This has been put together by a group of people who have the best interest in heart for Delaware County. So there's no reason not to do it. I appreciate your work on this too.
And one thing that we hear over and over is we want these sites to be on the bus routes, and that's one of the first things that we looked at. And it's just for this election coming up, the smaller, give us some wiggle room to make the corrections. But thanks for bringing this today, and I make a motion that we accept.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the resolution and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for your work on this, Rick.
Yes, Rick. He would attend some of our meetings, but he would sit behind us and not make any suggestions. So
Good.
he was there.
All right, department heads or elected officials. Any department head or elected official wish to speak?
I see Mr. Bain in the room. Jamie, could you come to the podium, please, and fill us in a little bit? I understand.
Morning, Commissioners.
Thank you, Jamie, for coming, but I understand the state of Indiana that our herd, what do you call it, the people who have been vaccinated, and we're pretty good on the first vaccinations, but the second vaccinations or the boosters, have you heard lately what Delaware County's numbers are?
I would have to check with our health officer to get the updated numbers. I've not been following those in recent months.
Yeah, we just need to get the word out there. Most pharmacies are providing the shots free, correct?
It's available throughout the community. Our COVID clinic, we're considering closing down the COVID clinic at our office due to lack of demand. We've committed a certain day for our nurses to only administer that vaccine, and with a decreased demand for it, we may just roll it over to where it's available through our normal clinic, but no longer commit an entire day to it, just so we have plenty of other work to do.
And you know, with the pharmacies, I do know they like for you to come maybe after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. They're between, you know, their slow times. But it's just so easy for people to stop in and ask questions. And yeah, well, thanks for being here today. And
Yeah, no problem.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. Sherry, would you like to call anyone else up to the? I
well,
think,
you
I
know,
think they're all out there waiting.
they attend, and they're so embarrassed when, you know, I ask a question, and the public does have a right to know, and we do need to be accountable. So, and of course, we like to hear just the good news. We don't want to hear that, you know, the so-and-so needs to be fixed, or, but thank you, Commissioner Henry. We all need to laugh once in a while in government.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
They're just so modest, aren't they?
They are. We didn't have a sign-up sheet today, I think, but I think there's a couple members of the public here. Does anyone else want to speak?
You know, we do have some rookies here kind of today. Maybe we should let them stand up or be acknowledged. Mr. Polk's here, our new treasurer. Mr. Kent's our new council member. Our new recorder, Miss Smoot's back there. And then Mr. Carroll's up here taking good care of us as auditor, so
And we appreciate all you guys.
Yeah. Well, you know, we should let our veteran, Mr. Brian. Brian, would you want to step over? Because a lot of people do not know you as well as some of the others. Fill us in on what all you've been doing.
Morning, Commissioners. Brian Wilson with the Delaware County Veteran Service Office. I just want to say I appreciate the appointment, and I can look forward to continue servicing the veterans and their families of this community.
Brian, how long you been with the Veterans
I
Administration?
was just trying to figure that out a while ago. It's been roughly about 6 years I've been associated with the VSO office.
And you might tell us how you started.
Well, I started as a work study. I was going to Ball State at the time, and I was working under Nate Jones. And it just kind of went from a part-time to a full-time, and here I am, still servicing veterans to today.
And we would be amiss if we didn't say what branch of service you were in.
Army.
Army. Okay, well, thank you so much for your
First.
service.
We appreciate all your service to the VA, and you've done a great job since you've been
Yeah.
here, and we
But
greatly
we
appreciate
couldn't
it.
have done it without your guys' support. I've been here for 6 years, and you guys have supported us all the way, so
you.
appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, well, everyone received the Weights and Measures report.
Yes.
Yep.
We have the payment of claims of $3,440,698.79, and the payment of ARP claims of $51,944.76.
So
Motion
moved.
to approve.
Second.
A motion to approve the claims and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Before we recess, I want to remind everybody that we are currently accepting applications for our new administrative assistant position. Until we get that position filled, we'd like to ask everybody to send anything you need to be added to the agenda for the next meeting. Please send it to John Brook, and they will be taking care of the agenda and making sure all those things get put on the agenda for the meetings. So is there anything else?
We might want to say thank you to our public safety, our highway workers during that extreme cold and weather. You guys done a great job, every last one of yous. Our police officers, I'm sure they probably about froze out there pushing people out. EMS getting where they need to be. John, EMA, did a great job. Tommy, you and your guys, excellent. One time we had to go to the red level because the trucks were starting to freeze up, but our garage foreman got in there. They got the equipment fixed, so within 12 hours we could go back to the orange level. But great job, guys. I mean, it was
Absolutely,
perfect.
great job. Very good.
Yes.
All right, anything else?
Just a reminder, the next meeting is the 17th
Yeah, day after.
on Tuesday, 2 weeks from today.
Yep. I have a motion to recess.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Carroll.
Yeah.
We are at recess.
Yeah.
Is it okay